Today we are joined by Miss Tina Fears. Hi, Tina.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great, thank you.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for joining me this afternoon, Tina.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Now, Tina, you do it all, sister. I want you to tell the viewers who you are and a little about what you do.
Okay. Well, I'm Tina Fears, and I live here in Atlanta, Georgia. And I actually consider myself to be the show and the business. I'm the show because I'm a performing artist. I sing, act, and dance.
Wow.
And the business because I own a company, Stage Ready, and I'm a creative director. So I work with several beauty brands, record labels, and independent firms to kind of help bring their creative visions to life.
Wow. So, Tina, tell me, what inspired you to do all this stuff? I mean, where do you get your inspiration?
Well, it's a God-given gift for me. I come from a family of entertainers. My dad was a singer-songwriter, producer in Los Angeles. My mom is also part of the entertainment industry. She's the business side, so I get my show from my dad and the business from my mom. And so those are just natural gifts that I have. I've always was a singer, dancer as a kid. I would do cartwheels down the street, and my parents thought I was a crazy person until they put me into it, and I started to kind of hone in on my craft. So I'm inspired by the artist inside, and every morning I wake up singing, dancing, moving, stretching, coming up with ideas, and that's just who I am.
Okay. So let me ask this question: or have you ever had any training in any of the arts? Okay.
Yeah, well, I trained dance-wise as a little girl, but I'm not a classically trained dancer. However, my father trained me vocally, so I do have vocal training through my dad. But I work as a professional, and we know there's no better way to hone in your craft than on-the-job training.
Right.
So a lot of the acting training and different things that I've experienced has actually been working under professional directors and teachers here in Atlanta. So
oh wow. Well, definitely you're in the right place for to actually get your hands on the whole gamut.
Yeah,
I mean,
thank you.
Atlanta has it all. So what's a typical day like for you? I mean, do you say you wake up doing all this all these things? What's a typical day for you, Tina? Are you auditioning during the week, or what's your week like?
A typical day for Tina is a very busy day. It starts with prayer. I normally check my cell phone, which I probably have too much, but we know in this day and age, everything is right there on your phone. So I'm usually checking my phone to see if I have emails from clients, and as well as to check and see what auditions and opportunities are available. So if auditions are available, I usually submit online for those, or I can send in tapes. And then if I have projects that I'm working on, I'm updating my clients and my staff. And then I'm a mommy and a wife, so I have to make sure that I have breakfast cooked for my son, and make sure my husband is good to go. So it's kind of balancing all of that good stuff. And then in between, I may sing a song or draw a picture and just kind of exercise that creative muscle. So it's always a very busy day. Time management is extremely important.
Okay. Now, what has been your most rewarding experience that you actually have experienced? What would you say has had the greatest impact? What have you done that has had the greatest impact on your life?
Wow, that's a tough question, because I feel like every opportunity that we are given to showcase our gifts and talents is such a jewel, it's such a precious thing. So there wouldn't be one job in particular, because I'm just so grateful to be somebody who's not, I didn't go to the Debbie Allen Dance Academy, and I didn't go to Juilliard. I'm someone with really raw talent, God-given talents that I've been able to kind of hone in on through professional experiences. So there isn't one thing that I can say that was like the ultimate project, but any opportunity where my family can be proud of me, not just being Tina, but being an African American, a woman, a mom, a wife, and standing in all of that stuff has just been the most fulfilling thing for me. So
I understand. That's a lot. So Tina, you've done one thing that I'm really most proud of you of doing. I mean, and you're in that commercial. You're in the Ford commercial.
Yes.
Roll on, sister.
Yes.
You are handling your business, girl.
Thank you
I
so
play
much.
that commercial all the time. You did an awesome job. Can you tell us a little bit about how you got involved with the Ford project?
Yeah. Well, I'm an actor, so a fellow actor of mine told me that there was an audition, and they were looking for African American women with unique careers. So that's where that business side of the show comes in. And
Okay.
so I saw that there was an audition. I submitted my information, and I was invited to come in and be seen by casting. And at the time, I didn't know what it was, what type of project it was. I did know it was a car company, but I don't know. I thought I was just going to be, test driving a car or something.
Right.
And so when we went in for the audition, we were asked to tell a story of overcoming. And my whole mantra is to live life and be fearless. And ironically, my last name is Fears, but I believe that, God has not given us a spirit of fear, but a power, love, and self-control. So that is what I walk in. And so I just kind of gave a little bit what we would call a testimony,
Yes.
in this audition.
Yeah.
And then I had to dance a little bit. And so then I was given an opportunity to come to a callback. And in this callback, all of these amazing Atlanta women, pilots, chefs, dancers, people that I knew in the industry were at this audition.
Okay.
And so when we went in, we actually went in with a jam-packed room, who we later found out was the entire marketing team for GTB agency that produced a commercial. And our director, Sheldon Candace, was there, which I didn't know he was a director. He was the person that was asking me all of the questions. And that's how we got to be a part of it. So I guess at the end of the day, the last thing that Sheldon asked me was, we're Ford, we're born to roll. What are you born to be? And I said I was born to be fearless.
Wow.
And that was just me authentically being Tina. As an actor, you audition all the time. You never think you're going to get it. You just have
Right.
to leave it in the room.
Yes.
But when you got that email that said you're on hold for it,
Right.
and then he called me and said, Tina, you nailed it. You booked the job. I just wanted to scream and run. And it didn't hit me how big the project was until I got there on taping and then figured out that there was this whole amazing movement that Ford had created for this project. So
Wow.
that's been a good one.
So tell me, how has it changed your life?
It changed my life because it gave me, even though I consider myself to be a pretty confident person, it really gave me that extra something to walk in who I am. Because I went into that audition and I didn't go try to be a character.
Right.
I just went in there and was Tina. And it was fulfilling because being Tina is what got me the job. Because I didn't say I'm born to be, whatever
Right.
I thought people wanted to hear. I just said I'm born to
Exactly.
be fearless. Like if I get the job, at least I can say I was fearless enough to go and try and get it.
Absolutely.
And that's just been an amazing experience for me. And seeing, I go and speak at a lot of schools, and when I come in the room, people start singing, roll on, sister, roll on, sister. So that's always cool. I guess that's what artists feel like when they hear their song on the radio.
Right.
It was great that people are connecting with it.
Absolutely.
And it's been out for a minute, but we still see it come on, and everybody gets excited. So that's been really great.
Yeah, it's such an inspiring and empowering commercial showing women girl power.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
when you guys walk to the car and you throw the peace sign and
Yes.
you're walking with confidence, it's just good to see that.
Yeah.
And I love it. And I play it all the time.
Thank you.
So what else do you do, Tina, in terms of give back? Are you currently volunteering? Are you teaching? What are you doing in your spare time?
Yeah, service is something that's really important to me because I know what it's like to, be in an underprivileged situation, like having talent and not having access to training or resources. And so I take pride in speaking at schools, and it's something that prayerfully I'll be able to do even more in 2018. And I love to go and speak for Career Day, but I like to talk to young people about the realities of life, specifically middle and high school students. I think sometimes we are kind of put on this like you have to go to college thing, and I think that's great if that's what you're called to do, but there's so many entrepreneurship opportunities. There's so many ways where people can use their gifts and make a living and be happy. And so speaking to youth and going into schools is something that I'm always passionate about. I work with some nonprofits as well, but really just taking that whole story, my story of being fearless, and sharing that with young people, and hopefully can inspire them to walk in who they are, is something that I'm really passionate about, and it warms my heart when I can do that.
Absolutely. So Tina, for a person that may be interested in being an artist or a performer, what advice would you give them? What does it take?
Yeah, that's a great question. It takes resilience. I think it takes you have to be a hard worker, and you got to get thick skin. And a lot of people use that have thick skin thing really casually. It's something that's developed. I mean, just like as dancers, when you dance, you develop a callus on your foot, right? And so the callus comes from the constant pounding and turning and ripping the skin, and then you develop that callus, which allows your foot to be able to withstand all of that. So saying, oh, you got to have thick skin, you know, that's something people use loosely. It's something you develop over time, but I do think in any industry where you have to be or want to be the best in your field, you got to be able to take the rejection.
Yes.
Because for every 20 jobs you go on, you're probably going to hear 20 no's, you know?
Right.
And that's the reality of it. So I would say find out what your niche is, you know, find out what sets you apart. We live in Atlanta, which is a very booming creative city now, and you want to be somebody that can be heard throughout the noise. So find out what sets you apart and kind of create your own lane and cultivate that. You know, you may feel like you're walking alone for a while, but at some point somebody's going to notice that you're different from everybody else.
That's right.
And so yeah, developing that thick skin, finding out what your niche is, and just if it's something you know you've been called to do, not just something you like, but something you've been called to do, just continue to work at it.
Great advice. So Tina, tell me, last question. What do you do for fun? What's relaxing for you?
Ooh, what do I do for fun? I love to cook. Cooking
Really?
is like, I love it. Like at the end of the day, like I'll probably open a food truck and like move the desk in Florida or something. I love to work out. Not as much during the holidays because I like to eat and all that stuff.
Right.
But I love to hang out with my husband. Like we do a lot of movies and you know, hang out with our son. But as far as relaxing, like being on the beach with the sun and the waves and just that serene environment is something that I love and probably overdue for. It's time for a trip. But that's what I enjoy to do for relaxation.
For fun.
Yeah, for fun.
Well, thank you, Tina.
Thank you so much.
You're an inspiration. You are definitely fearless, girl. Let me tell you, you are a fearless person. And I'm sure the viewers watching this video will definitely be inspired from your encouraging words. And I thank you for taking the time with me this afternoon.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.